always great to see our friend Kyle Grosinger with General Manager of Adversity Services. Good to see you again.
Good to see you guys too.
Things going well?
Going very well.
Oh, that's amazing. And I hear we're here to talk about protecting your HVAC system before summer.
Absolutely. So
Important.
we know in Springfield it's going to go from 65 to 90 in about 3 days.
Yes.
Right? And so one of the biggest things we miss is an outdoor system needs to be maintenance. So as you mow, as leaves fall, it starts to clog up the system. So if you think of like a box fan with a towel on the back, it's not going to do much, right?
No.
Same with your outside system. If it's not cleaned, if it's not maintenance, it's going to bog down. It actually starts to blow connectors. It starts to fry wires. So you've got to clean it. So from now to the end of May, we're offering $200 off to come out and do that. It's usually $525. We're going to be doing it for $325 till the end of May. It is 90% of the calls we get to start the summer.
Oh, wow.
That and getting out ahead of it is very important because, you know, as you said, we're going to get into those 3 days when all of a sudden everybody's going, they flip on that air and all of a sudden, wait a minute, something's not working right. Or it's there and then they go to sleep and it stops during the night.
That's it. You're going to come home one day after work to sit down and watch the Cardinals game and be ready to watch it. And it's going to be 95 in your house. You're going to turn the AC on and it's not going to work. So let's get ahead of that. Let's jump out on it right now. Let's get that unit cleaned.
With that price, it's great.
Yes. Yeah.
What does the inspection include? What do they look at?
You're going to remove the outside of it. So it's in a cage. You remove the cage and then you remove all the debris. So every time you mow, all the cottonwood, all the leaves are trapped in there. So you've got to get that out. And then we go through and we pressure test it before we start because you need to know where your pressure's at. Then we clean it. We have a special cleaner we use on it. And then you have what's called coils and we use a coil brush. If those coils get bent, they don't work. We check your fan blades for balance. We check all the vents and things moving in it. And then we clean it, put it back together, pressure test it again, and then go inside to make sure it's working properly and functioning to its highest efficiency.
Okay, so the double pressure test.
Yes, yes. So you know the pressure before and after, because what happens is the system can't breathe, the pressure will rise, and that's when things start to fry and it stops working. The pressure has to be right for it to work.
And you don't want that happening in the middle of summer.
No, you don't. You want to take advantage of it now while we still have 65, 70 degrees and it hasn't kicked on yet.
Well, yeah, you try to do it in the middle of summer. Sorry, we can't see you until 3 weeks from now because everybody else is doing the same thing then.
Or you're going to come home after work and it's after 5 and you're going to have to pay that emergency fee.
Oh,
so you can avoid those things. We can help you right now.
Okay, so if somebody wants this done, have it looked at, how do they do that? How far in advance do you need to start planning this?
So, I mean, you can call us right now, 417-500-5555. We can get you scheduled. We could have you in next week. I've got extra techs on staff. I'm going to have a tech that's just specifically going to be doing this so we can get it taken care of now.
And there are no stupid questions, right? So me as the homeowner can ask one of the technicians a question because I don't know anything about the HVAC system.
No, my main tech, Johnny, has 30 years of experience. He knows what he's doing. He can walk you through the whole thing. Super humble guy, loves to teach people. That's what we're all about.
How much time do you set aside for something like that? Do I have to be home? Those kind of things.
So you don't have to be home, but it is good to be home so we can walk you through everything and also go inside and test it. And we've got thermometers to check and make sure everything's working correctly. It's typically about 2.5 hours to get it completely done.
That's it. But that's thorough, though.
That is. Yeah, that's walking through the whole thing and checking everything thoroughly.
Okay, let's say you find a problem. Then what do you do next?
Yeah, so if we find a problem, then we're going to come to the homeowner. We're not just going to fix it. We're going to make sure you want it fixed. We're going to show you what it can and can't do. We're not going to try to upsell you on anything. We're just going to do what's needed at that time.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Is there any way that I can make sure I need less of this service all the time? Are there little things I could do to just kind of take care, pad the way for the for the year, still have inspections because that's silly not to.
Yeah.
But ways that I can keep my system working a little more efficiently.
Yeah, absolutely. You always want to be changing your air filters. You always want to check your batteries and your thermostat. Those are the main two. People don't change their air filters. Again, it's the breathing. If the system can't breathe, it doesn't work properly. And just keeping an eye on it. When you mow, make sure you try to blow away from it. If you have leaves or grass growing around it, you want to clean that out. When you're weed eating around it, be careful. You can hit wires on it. That will cause issues as well. And just having a professional take a look at it like every quarter or every 6 months is a safe bet.
I wouldn't have thought about that. There's a lot of things that I would probably just do on my own, and gotta think about, especially mowing.
You all, with using meters, this and that, you can also tell me there is a lurking problem.
Yeah.
So we can get out ahead of it.
Absolutely. You can find leak detections. You can also find out a lot of times if you buy a home, it may not be set up properly. You may need an extra return vent. You may have too many return vents, things like that, because that system has to work very efficiently. There's an app that they use that makes sure you have the right things for that home and that square footage.
All right, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
So you're going to call me, 417-500-5555, super easy number. We'll do it one more time, 417-500-5555. Reach out, call me, let's set up an inspection. Let's make sure before it hits 95 and you want to come home and watch the draft of the Cardinals, you are ready to go.
Awesome. Good
Thanks
to
for
see
being
you.
here.
Thank you guys,
you.
appreciate it.